Namaste, Hotep Hashem, 13 love, 13 wisdom, 13 respect. I'm Kira. What up? What up? I'm going to talk about duality, yin and yang, and sort of two poles. So, if we have a look at the human body, I mean, you can see it's divided into two, like the right part, the right side, and the left side of the body. And the right side of the body is often associated with being more masculine in nature, being more like assertive and like dominant and whatnot, and the left side being more feminine, more sort of the mystical side, more more of the creative aspect of ourselves. And if we have a look at our brain as well, there's the two hemispheres. The left hemisphere, which is sort of associated with the right side of the body, is like sort of switches here, which is more concerned with like rationality, very mechanical way of thinking, much more masculine in thinking pretty much. And then the right side of the brain, which is associated with the left side of the body, is more of the feminine aspect, more of the creativity, more of the, I guess, sort of spirituality and all that sort of stuff. And how this relates with like duality is that we have two parts of the brain, and there's the two poles. So we sort of differentiate between things by having a more right hand side way of thinking and looking at something, or left hemisphere, so more like the rational sort of logical side. And then there's the left sort of side, or right brain side, which is more creativity and like feminine. So I often wear red on my right hand and blue on my left hand, sort of signifying the sort of the fire, sort of, you know, like, with right being more fire, more like dominant, more masculine, and the left being more creative, more fluid, more watery. And if you look at, just did this here. There's a number line, and we often thought to be on the number line, but we often sort of tend to one or the other side. So if you see the 0 here, this is where we should be. This is like the sort of natural point, 0 point, the void. You know what I mean? Like that's where like the womb basically. And we either progress positively into the yang or the masculine side, or negatively into the yin or the feminine side. And basically we need to find a balance between the two, which is the 0 point again. So if we're more masculine, more yin energy, we need more yang energy, we need more yin energy, and vice versa. And if you look at me, I drew a little infinity symbol, which can denote like sort of flow and change as things progress. So if you look over here, this is the feminine or the yin, and sort of from 0 point where it's equal goes into the yin and goes progressively more yin. So like over here is like what, -5, so it's like 5 feminine or whatever, or I guess 9 feminine if you want, and then it circles back, going back towards the 0 point where it becomes equal again, and then it switches over to a masculine side or a yang side. So, and then the same process happens again, so it progresses from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and then reaches its sort of apex, and then circles back where it reaches 0 point and then goes again into the feminine. And that's a very fluid motion of change. So like one day I was actually meditating and going like super deep, and just going like through barriers until eventually I guess I couldn't go anymore, and I reached a stage where I actually saw like this infinity symbol, sort of like here, I guess, this blue infinity symbol, which is like that, serpent eyes, you know what I mean. I used to do this a lot as a kid, so or Elohim. We here represent Herus, you know what I mean. Also something that I came across, well, a certain plant taught me, I guess, is a very like serpentine movement with the hands as well. So you have your, it's all very fluid, so it's like this, I guess. And I got to the point where like each of my hands sort of acted on their own, I guess, in a very fluid motion. And you could, by doing this motion, it's like sort of very dancey, very fluid, very serpentine. So going back to the naga, this very serpentine movement had a lot of actual leading up to that point. Actually, 555 there. What up? Which is going to a naga, which is numerology based on 5, dragon 5. You know what I'm getting at. Like, originals, shining ones. L's, but anyway, so this movement I found, maybe I can demonstrate a little bit. I guess it's very like tantric in nature. So like focusing on the kundalini, like rising up and then like that. But it's basically just this motion. Can't really get it now. And then it's just very fluid, You know what I'm getting at. But by doing this, you can actually like take energy from your surroundings. And I was actually doing this like quite accidentally, actually, just like playing with this movement, and then I could actually like pull in energy and actually create like a chi ball, which is quite interesting. And with the chi ball, you can actually, well, like power the mind, influencing it, and your energy with it. You can use that energy for other things. So you can transform that energy into energy for your body, or like I don't know, like you can turn it into music, you can turn it into you get what I'm saying, pretty much. Like whatever you want to do with it, you can do with whatever you want to do with it. If that makes any sense. What else do I say? I think that's it basically. So going back to duality, we often like hear that in this reality on Earth, um, it's bound by sort of dual ways of looking at things, so like the negative, positive, yin, yang, you know what I mean, like masculine, feminine, blah blah blah. And basically, as we have the body and like this concept of duality, so practicing it and like implementing it into your body and being is by thinking about it with your mind and the two sides of your body. So if we look at the body and the two sides of the brain, the left hemisphere and right hemisphere, there are like the two poles, you know what I mean? Like the two extremes, the two like the yin and the yang, you know what I mean? And by having those two, we can through various things. Actually, let me show you something. Through something like this. There we go. There's two sides of the brain, and you can use this sort of follow it through with both your hands, obviously, and then that actually aligns the two parts, the two sides of your brain, the yin and yang, the masculine and feminine, into one, which is the 0 point, which would be, like the pituitary gland, pineal gland, third eye. And by taking that seat of the soul, like Descartes, then while taking that position of that 0 point, that 0 point in the center of the brain, then we can sort of, like carry on, get to the next level, so to speak. Yeah, so basically, the two sides of your brain, your two hands, like the right being like giving, the left taking, You know what I mean? Like those two energies, receptive and opposite of receptive, whatever. And yeah, basically we're having that balance between the two brains, between two sides of the brains. Then we can reach that center point, that void. Then we can start to like quieten our internal dialogue. And after you quieten your internal dialogue, then it's a whole nother ball game. Like, yeah, interesting. Peace. Namaste, Hotep. Little love. Keep on representing.